Plaintiff Brian Turner was friends with the defendant, and he claims the defendant will have sex with anyone, anywhere, at any time. Brian claims the defendant once had sex with a cable guy, and a video of their encounter was leaked onto the internet. Brian suing for the balance due on a car. Defendant Tyrone Wilson says he first met Brian when they realized they were dating the same man. To get revenge, they decided to have a threesome with the man, and then both Tyrone and Brian broke up with him. Tyrone denies owing for anything.
Start with you.
Mr. Wilson and I was former good friends. I've been known him for about a good 11 to 12 years. We were like brothers, but he does have the sex addiction. Mr. Wilson was the type of person that would just meet random guys off the street, have sex with them. It'd be bathhouses, gas stations, a library. The guy doesn't have a particular preference.
How? Doesn't have a preference for a location?
It doesn't have a preference for a location or a particular person. If you're willing to have sex with him, he's ready.
We both do.
The other issue is that the fact that if he can't have sex with you, he'll pay you. Period. Yes, there's been multiple occasions that I've caught Mr. Wilson having sex in alleys. There's one particular incident where he had sex with the cable guy, and it was being recorded, and it leaked onto the internet.
And he was the one recording it, Your Honor.
Go ahead.
And he's the one that
But it happened, though. For you to say he was the one recorded it, that means you did it. Go ahead.
I never would have thought that, our friendship would be ruined over money, period. And if Mr. Wilson would spend more time on trying to get a job instead of having sex with people, we wouldn't be here today.
When was the last time he worked in the last couple of years?
He had a part-time job working for a temp agency, but, I don't know how he was working with them in the sense of if it was, 20 hours, 30 hours or whatever. But that's what he told me.
Does he look for jobs often, to your knowledge?
He smoked weed and play video games all day.
Not at all. Not at all.
Let me hear from you, sir.
First of all, me and Mr. Turner, we met about 2001, I do believe it was, where, our meeting was very just strange because we were in a threesome. And in this threesome, it was my ex, his ex.
The library?
I'm not that type of person.
No. It was an ex of ours that we both had. We were going to fight at first because we were both dating the guy. So in the instance of us getting ready to fight, we said, no, we're not going to do that. We both had sex with the boy, a threesome. And we broke up with him to break his heart. Instead
of fighting with him, let's both have sex with him
break
right
up
now,
with him.
And then we both break up with him.
But it was years ago. We were young. We weren't supported. No, in both of our heads. If we're going to do it like that, and at that instant, as I say, we broke up with the guy, and as we broke up with the guy, we became friends. And in our friendship, Mr. Turner, he's not a very outgoing person. He doesn't, meet people all that well. He's
how, and I work with the community.
He works with the community, but meeting people other than the people in the way
you meet them. He doesn't do it in the way you do.
And that's why he became my friend.
In alleys and truck stops and all these other places. Bathhouses, libraries.
Phone booths that you
Same places he goes with me, and we meet the guys together. Phone booths as it wants to go.
When was the last time you and he and another man were together, and where were you all?
About, I say, 6 months ago
to
a year.
What location?
We were at his house.
I'm talking about these strange locations.
Strange locations
that you enjoy going to.
Well, we've done, like he said, the bathhouses, going there.
When was the last strange place you all had promiscuous sex with a third person?
At the bathhouse.
All right. How about the time before then?
The time before then.
Give me another location.
In the back of actually one of his cars.
Okay, 3 guys in the back of a car.
Yes.
Where was the car parked?
Really, young?
It was parked in a closed convenience, a little spot.
In the convenience store?
No, in a convenience spot. Convenience spot. Little convenient, quiet spot.
Can I state that I have a 2005 Dodge Stratus, a 2-door? How can 3 people fit in the back? Seriously.
When we did that,
apple red with no tinted windows.
When we did that, he had a bigger car.
Let's be real.
And he loves his tinted windows, and he loves, all of the flashy and
At least he's dignified enough to deny this junk on television. One, I just don't believe it. This man doesn't come across as someone who would engage in such promiscuous activity. He doesn't give me that impression. You seem to be low down and proud of it. Seem to be proud of it. And the reason I'm referring to it as low down, you're doing all this public sex with all these random men. So that's why I'm referring to it in that manner. And if indeed what it's been 3 of you all together, you're telling the whole world very proudly, and that you all do things in public that essentially are against the law. And you're ready to go to jail for some sex. So I'm inclined to believe him. You are some type of sex fiend. Do you work or you don't have time?
No,
you just work and play?
No, I work.
What type of work do you do?
I cook. I'm a chef, and I do work at different places. Like he said, I work for a temp agency. Whenever a job come in, they call me and I go
and cook.
And I cook, yes.
All right, the temp agency says, go to so-and-so's place and cook.
Yes, and I go there and I do.
You were in the kitchen?
Yes.
He was in the store.
Any activity in the kitchen or just cooking?
No, just cooking.
All
just
right,
cooking
good enough. The balance on this car you're suing him about, what is it for?
It's for $3,585.
What did he do? How does he owe you?
Mr. Wilson came to me approximately April the 12th that he wanted to get a vehicle. And I took him to go get the vehicle. We were looking at some vehicles, and he needed a co-signer. I agreed to co-sign for him in the agreement that if something was to happen where Mr. Wilson could not make the payments, this was a verbal agreement, that I would retrieve the vehicle.
But you know he didn't have work.
No. He had, at the time, he was working, for sure.
But you knew that would last 2 weeks. You knew he was going to get caught somewhere in the back or something.
but as a friend, like I said, he's been friends with me for so long, so I trusted him. So he's like a brother.
Go ahead.
But Mr. Wilson had made a total of $668 worth of payments. And next thing I know, I received a garnished wages from my job that the car people sent to me, stating that he had defaulted on his payments. I immediately contacted Mr. Wilson and, to try to set up some.
What did he say?
He told me that he made all the payments, that they was a lie.
And he sticks to that story today?
He sticks to that story to this very day.
Sir?
That's because I made the payments until I had got sick. When I got sick and then I had lost my job, I have issues with my leg. I have, you know, my doctor statements and all of my different, bills had came in. And my friend, I told him, I say, you can come get the car. I say, because I can't afford to pay for this car any longer.
Quiet, sir. You don't have to do that anyway.
At that point, he had said, no, you pay for this car the best way you can. I say, well, I don't have the money. You know I lost my job. I say, if you can pay the notes and everything, as soon as I start back working, because he knows that when I'm working.
But he decided not to. So you still owe. Wouldn't you still owe? Why wouldn't you owe?
Well, because I offered for him, because our agreement was if I couldn't pay for the car, he would come and he would take the car. That was what
you made that agreement?
Our agreement.
I would come and take the car, but he would still be responsible for the payments.
Okay, you would do what with the car?
I was going to retrieve he wasn't driving.
Take it and do what with it?
Keep it until he make the payments. After he stopped making the payments, I started making the payments. He wasn't going to drive the car as I'm making the payments.
And you kept the car?
No, I never got the car.
Okay, so you kept the car?
No, I had the car.
What did you do with the car?
The car had stopped working, and when the car stopped working, the car got towed. It had got towed.
Because of you?
Because of some tickets that were on the car.
Gotcha. So you're responsible. $3,585. He kept the car and failed to pay. Period. Judgment for the plaintiff.
Stay out of the alleys.
You get it together.
Stay out of the alleys.
You share the same alleys.
Out of the alleys.
Living in those alleys.
That's what you
with
get.
me. You're my friend, and you go live in that same alley, and you go hate yourself for it.
I do not have threesomes, especially with this guy. None whatsoever. He is very delusional. He's that type of, over the years, he just get worse and worse.
He signed the papers. He said, give me the car. I told him, get the car. He didn't want to get it. What am I supposed to
Please, I never know.
Sell it.
No.
Sell it. He can sell it to the grocery store.
How you going to sell something that you don't have?
It's a story. Because you didn't pick it up.